Look, picture this. You're middle-aged, you're in an interview and you're rambling.
We're talking about how to confidently answer all interview questions, even in your 40s. Back to the interview.
Halfway through, you realize you're not knowing if you're making sense with your answers. You leave the interview thinking, did I explain that properly? I have the experience, but I don't know if I got it through and I got it passed over the line in a good manner. We're looking at the research of Verper, Nijar and Nimkova now. And I am a full-time researcher. I'm also a best-selling author. I want to bring you through it. I'll give you my true thoughts of all the research at the end of this video. Now, in this initial study, it found that interview success is strongly linked to the degree of explanation of your answers. Responses that are too short, that is under-explained, or too long, that is over-exemplified, lose effectiveness. So using the NLP analysis of interview transcripts, the research showed that it is possible to detect those patterns automatically and identify optimal response time and also answers so that they're appropriately detailed too. Now, in other research by Hartwell, Johnson and Postuma, their study showed that the type of interview questions matter significantly. There are 4 types, right? There are past behavior, situational, background and job knowledge. And they're found to predict job performance ideally, but they also assess different things like experience versus knowledge. And in this study, they also found that better interview responses are linked to the job performance or the potential of having that is higher job performance outcome. And that's what they want to hire for, is the higher, rather than the lower turnover of response. So be careful of the questions that you're asking, how you answer them. Together, these 2 studies have highlighted a crucial truth, that is that interviews are not just about how much you know, they're about how you respond to different types of questions, and you have the right level of explanation, especially under pressure. Even strong candidates, you see, they fail and they misjudge the question and they give out answers that are not what they want at this time. And if they're put under pressure with interjections of questions, they're in trouble. So what are the solutions? Try to master the right level of explanation. Aim for structure within your answering. Moderate to long answers are too much. Allow them to interject or hit on follow-up questions. But at the same time, underserving it with a one-line answer is not good enough either. You don't want to go off in long monologues. Try to think clarity, right? Clear first, then relevant and complete throughout all your answers. Try to understand also the type of questions that's being asked. I mentioned a few different categories. It's all about past experience, knowledge. They know you have that as a middle-aged guy, okay? You have that in spades, but it's how you funnel that to the specific question that they're asking. Adjust your answer style, set on that. Now look, if you don't have an answer for them, look at the context of how they have shaped that question and try to just pick out the central theme in that question and go with that. You'll start thinking throughout and you'll get towards the answer at the byline. Don't give a story though when you're trying to direct your explanation. Rambling, it's out. Try to have that structured response and use a format where there's a situational analysis and an action going towards the result in the end, because that's what they want. They're just trying to fill out a piece of paper or type out or take the AI note taker or whatever else, funnel everything into these 10 different people we're interviewing or whatever, and we're trying to put them into who is the ideal candidate on paper. So keep answers focused, structured, and complete. Avoid experience dumping. Look, I know it. You have decades of experience and you're quite flexible, but don't list everything that's on your resume. The sheet of paper is one thing that they've gotten beforehand. If you're filling out an application form or something like that, that's okay. But don't list everything. Select only what directly involves your experience, your knowledge, your qualifications, your skills towards what they want right now. Relevance always beats quantity, but brevity also can lack your personality. So be careful to hit that middle note. Practice answers at length. 1 to 2 minutes is fine for most answers. Now, they might say briefly, therefore you make the 2-minute answer down to 1. If you have prepared, you'll be able to do that. Because if you train yourself to stop when they're looking at you in a certain way, or if you are asked to just, okay, that's enough. You won't say that's enough, they'll say, okay, well then you just stop mid-sentence, that's fine too. But remember, if you have everything already done in your life and it's on your resume, you should be able to kind of utter it out straight away, or respond or deflect to other interjections that they have in the questions. Try to translate your experience into value. At the end of the day, you're here on the seat in front of them and you want to give them value in the new role. Don't assume that the interviewer, they understand all your past, even though it's on paper. So there's a sweet point here between not giving the whole story and monologue of years of experience, but rather just being able to pick out little things from your past at different times, and then they'll put the story into place. Think of when you're watching a great, well-directed movie where they can go in the past, in the future, in the present, and so on. And if you can do that for them, it's actually quite entertaining, because it also proves to them that, look, they have lived this life and this experience, but if you can kind of give context between dotted, so you can kind of make sure that all of the dots are tied up together, you're fine. Now, if you like this video so far, hit the like button and please do comment, and we can have a conversation here and I can try and help you a little bit more. Subscribe too, that always helps me. Try to balance your confidence with your clarity. Over-explaining things can be annoying and can signal insecurity. You're trying to perhaps cover up on something. I don't want to be asked more questions here, kind of mentality. But under-explaining can signal that there's a lack of depth there. Ask for calm, precise communication insofar as how you answer. No, don't say that. Aim for calm, precise communication. Look, you will be flustered at times in the interview. You will be pressurized, but you want to try and keep and trying to go back to that calm presence as such. Prepare for all 4 questions. Those that I mentioned are the past behavior one, preparing real kind of expected answers, situational ones, think through hypothetical answers, have the background, like summarizing your experience. We don't want a big story. And job knowledge, because at the end of the day, all of these things, the past, behavioral, the situational, the background, we want to put them in towards the job knowledge of what you know right now, and not just what you read on the website or known about the specific set of skills that's required, or your friend told you, or your ex-colleague that was in another company and did that same role. But you want to be able to say, I know the inside out of that role, because at the end of the day, you could be competing against somebody else who's in that role within the company. Remember to focus on your communication, not just content, because interviews, they measure how you think aloud. So clarity and structure is so important, and they matter as much as expertise. Practice speaking, not just thinking. It's like studying for examination. You have all the experience. You are the expert. I know that. That's why you got the job interview in the first place. They're recommending, we need to speak to this person. But now, like studying for an exam, the exam then is the thing. Some people have great exam techniques, the same way in the interview. Some people have great interview techniques. So this research will help you to hone those techniques so that you're on the ball when the pressurized questions come. Try to use feedback so you can record things, you can practice and identify where you under or over exemplify things or explain things. Look, if somebody's interviewing you as a friend, a colleague, or somebody else, just for practice, take what they're saying because they're looking at it. If you put a camera on yourself, it's really good, it's more succinct. They frame you, there's 2 or 3 people probably interviewing you in the real interview, and so their feedback and that video recording will be just absolutely beneficial to you. My key tip away from the research and these couple of studies with regard to all of these questions in the interview is that the problem isn't your experience. Look, I know your age, a similar age group, and I know you're watching this for intent, and thank you so much for watching it. But how precisely you communicate under pressure is so important. One study showed that too much or too little shows that you either have too much or too little impact. The right sweet spot is what it's all about. The other study looked at the different questions, demand different types of answers. For us, look, we want success, so it comes from mastering controlled, targeted communication. We have the resume, we have the CV, we're just proving basically that what we put on paper is what links in with the job role. Properly answered, structured questions.
Thanks for watching. Please like this video. If you subscribe, comment to say that you have, and we'll look after you. Thanks for watching. Please like this video. If you subscribe, comment to say that you have, and we'll look after you.